So in 2016, Bidease went out on a mission to build AI-driven DSP platform and demand-side platform that would do exactly that. Why we realize that this is a very good time is because we realize that more than $30 billion are being spent ineffectively every year by the biggest brands around the world. Why? Because they always looked the other way. They didn't realize that a lot of the installs were fraudulent. There was not enough transparency, and people were not getting the results they were asking for. And so we went out and built a DSP platform that is data backed with measurable results. What it means is that we can work with every single client on a revenue share basis with full transparency, in-house built creatives, and this is something new for the industry. So um, let's jump in. As a result, here you can see three clients that we currently work with. Solitaire app, it's a gaming app. The Weather Channel, I'm sure most of you are using it. And Lucky Level, which is a cashback service. What we did is we launched our AI versus very experienced media buyers, our in-house media buyers. And the AI has outperformed for both the client and ourselves by 50 to 80%, as you can see in the charts here. We're trusted by global brands, and we won a lot of awards in the past couple of years. Brands include Tidal, Grubhub, EasyBrain, IAC, Postmates, and the likes of them. And the list is being updated every day. All of that would not have been possible with more than 5 billion devices or profiles, we call them, in our DMP. What this allows us is to analyze and make sure that the right client is getting the right impression at the right time. Of course, all of that is CCPA and GDPR compliant with very strong anti-fraud tools that we use, that we have built in-house to make sure that all our clients are getting the best possible results with no fraud at all. We were founded in 2016 by Alex and myself, and currently we're doing a little over 13 million in revenue. Back in 2019, we raised $4 million from Yamobi, and currently our pipeline is quite substantial with very big names such as Adidas and many more along those lines. Thanks to COVID, the industry is growing at crazy paces. More and more people are using mobile apps and not only Facebook and Instagram. And more people are realizing that programmatic is the next big thing to advertise on, because it gives you a lot more transparency and measurable results without having to invest hundreds of millions of dollars in education and things like that. The industry is is growing at crazy paces, as I've said before. I mean, a good example is Liftoff currently, that was partially bought by Blackstone with a little over $400 million, and they're growing crazy paces. They're one of our competitors, and I believe they're an industry leader today. The ecosystem is based out of 5 big pillars. As you can see, the agency pillar, that's where Rocket 10 is. It is very interesting there, but again, it focuses on buying via social networks and platforms like that. However, we decided to focus on the 3 main pillars that we believe are going to grow for the next 5 to 10 years. Of course, the DSP pillar, where 95% of our revenue comes in today. The exchange pillar, which allows us to resell inventory from the tier 1 SSPs such as Mopub, Unity, Chartboost, DoubleClick Exchange, which is Google's. What it does is it allows smaller DSPs that spend anything from $40,000 to $100,000 a month programmatically to buy from Mopub through us, because Mopub does not want to work with smaller DSPs just because of their capacity. So we built a platform that allows us to resell Mopub's inventory and make a small commission on top of that. The third pillar that we see best fit for us is the publishing pillar. Why? Because a lot of indie developers come our way. They tend to come to us to ask to help them set up the monetization side as well as the user acquisition side. And so what we thought is, why don't we implement them into our business and call it Tappies, which will allow us to make one, additional revenue, two, help them monetize, three, buy more inventory, avoiding crazy commissions from the exchanges. Our growth strategy is very simple. We have a very strong sales team. Word of mouth in the industry is very popular because it's very hard to find a partner to work with. And of course, marketing and inbound channels are also very strong because of that, because there are not that many players that can work on a CPA, CPI goal. So meaning end result the client needs. Of course, we're continuing to scout and publish new games, which is one of our KPIs for this year, and leverage our 250 plus pipeline that we're currently in talks with. We only make money when the customer makes money. This is the best selling point there could be. So we only make money when the customer has the end result they need. Let's take an example, food delivery company. Their goal is to acquire a new user for $35. Our AI's goal will be to find users for cheaper than that so that we can make a margin. If the client is happy with the results, then we start making money. And this is uncapped because the client is in profit. Yes, our margins start at 25%. This is because our AI needs to be educated and we need to make sure that our AI has enough data to bring results, to drive results to our customers. And our minimum checks start at $30,000 in the US and tier one countries. We are a very experienced team. Alex and I have been doing startups together for a little over 10 years. Alex is in charge of the finance, the product itself, and the buying and client growth, whereas I'm in charge of legal, business development, strategy, and growth expansion. Ilya has been with us for the past 10 years as well. He's in charge of all the technical backgrounds and everything we do within that business. We're raising $5 million for a 15% dilution to expand our engineering team and build out our publishing arm, Tappies, as I had told you before. Thank you very much. Have a good day. And I hope this covers all the questions you might have. Thank you.